Yo, he reminds me of Al Haymon so much. You gotta look up Jeffrey Osborne. Yo, he looked like a young ass Al Haymon. But I am TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. This is my Christmas tree. And what I'm going to do is, as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to get me a nice photograph of Al Haymon and place it in his empty picture frame. Beautiful. I'm TstreeT Controversy, RealCombatMedia.com. Please subscribe. I cover every single major fight live. That's boxing news, rumors, predictions, whatever you want it to be. So what I'm going to say is this. The question is, and it always has been in boxing to the boxing fans, is what is Al Haymon's plan? You got fighters Floyd Mayweather, Marcos Maidana, Robert Guerrero, Keith Urban, Sean Porter, Amir Khan, Danny Garcia, Adrian Broner, Lucas Martin, Matisse, Luis Colajo, John Molina, Iris Landilar, Chris Arviola, Antonio Tarver. You know, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Deontay Wilder, and it goes on, and we don't know what he's doing. What's going on with this NBC deal that Kathy Duva of Main Event, who currently or formerly, I forgot if it expired yet, held a contract with NBC Sports for quite some time. She alluded to or said that basically Al Haymon offered NBC $20 million for 24 dates. Now, we know he has the fighters. With all those fighters, he has to have the money, especially when you're the manager, promoter, advisor of the most powerful, well, the most highest paid, not powerful, highest paid athlete in the world in Floyd Mayweather. But what is he doing with all these fighters? Now, we know with all these fighters is that they are not basically fighting each other. They're stable, almost like the NWO. You know how the NWO would come and just beat you up, you know, and then sign you, you know, like really, like they really like the NWO, you know, for life. But anyway, I look at it like this. No, I'm not in the goddamn Illuminati. Like, people stop saying that. Like, please. But anyway, you got the fighters like Danny Garcia and Lamont Peterson fighting on the same card but not fighting each other. The same goes for Keith Thurman and Lucas Matisse. So logic would tell me, okay, maybe he's saving these fighters because he's getting his NBC deal together, which is why we've been seeing these bullshit fights. But keep in mind, outside of 2013, he has been feeding us quite a crock of some bullshit fights to an extent of far as, I say bullshit fights to whereas, and they're good fights and they're fan pleasing. I mean, they're good for fans as far as action. But if you look at the fights that he puts together, there's always somebody in that division that we think, oh, well, he could afford him, but why not? You know, so we tend to forget about how many times he does that to us. So even though, you know, there'll be a guy like Adrian Broner fighting Marcos Maidana, you would ask yourself, like, well, why did Adrian Broner fight? Like, I don't know. I'm just, you know, throwing out names. Like, he skipped the whole 140-pound division. People forget that. So, by the way, right now, he's walking around, like, looking pretty overweight. So what I'm going to say is, even though he has all those fighters, can he manage all those fighters effectively? He's paying them, but these fighters have to do whatever Al Haymon says. Yeah, they have to fight whoever Al Haymon tells them to fight. So once again, what of this what of this NBC Sports deal? Now, of course, all his fighters are not going to go to NBC Sports. I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, he's going to have the bigger name fighters like an Amir Khan, Floyd Mayweather, and Danny Garcia, and Adrian Broner, and those guys fight on Showtime, and then the rest of the guys fight on like NBC Sports. Because at this point in time, Steven Espinoza, Showtime Sports Executive, he seems pretty confident, especially if you go on his Twitter, that he will have Al Haymon fighters in 2015. But then once again, you ask yourself, what about this NBC Sports deal? And is Al Haymon finally going to come out and give a speech and say, I'm a promoter, you know, now I'm a manager, and what I'm going to do is, you know, provide the best fights for the fans. Who's going to be the spokesperson? You know, and what's going on with Richard Schaefer? I know what's going on with Richard Schaefer, but I'm saying, like, does he play a role in all this in any way, shape, or form? There's so many different things going on. You have to also factor in Richard Schaefer hasn't even been gone 6 months yet. So you have to think that this NBC Sports deal has to be relatively new, because Richard Schaefer was the one that put together the Showtime deal and the Fox Sports deal. So, like I said, there's so many different questions, and none of them are answered because this guy don't do no interviews. And then the people that he sends to do the interviews we don't know. They be having contradicting stories, and we don't know what they be talking about. You know, you get Sam Watson, oh yeah, we're going to get the biggest fight in 2014. I was just there yesterday. He my friend. He my best friend. We were just talking. Like, you know, like every interview, he's like, oh, yeah, I was with Lil Wayne. You know, yeah, he my best friend. I talked to him. You know, then I was all chilling in Diddy's house. Oh, we just so close friends. We was my best friend. And I'm just listening to it. And I'm like, okay, all right. You know who Sam Watson is? He's the black guy that's in the ring, that's looking over your shoulder, listening in. Like, you got to watch him, yo. He's like a secret agent. He be listening in. You know, like to the fighters when we having post-fight interviews, like he'll be listening to like an Adrian Broner or Lucas Matisse, and you'll think to yourself, Lucas Matisse is Argentine. What are you coming out with these two twins and that scary Mexican skeleton thing for? I think that's Al Haymon, by the way. Oh, wait a minute. Let me finish my Sam Watson thought. But Sam Watson is the type of guy that's leaning over your shoulder. And what he's doing is, it seems as though he's listening for you to say, thank you, Al Haymon. He is the Al Haymon conduit. He's the guy who Al Haymon, I guess, he's the voice of Al Haymon, I guess. People think he's Al Haymon, he's not. And they ask about who are those twins that are always in the ring with everybody. Those are his sons, not Al Haymon's, Sam Watson's. But people have been now asking the question of, I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot what that question was. Anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. If Mayweather versus Pacquiao happens, you know, I'm thinking that's going to be the end of the official Cold War, not, you know, just this Oscar De La Hoya working with HBO again. And, like, who's going to be the spokesperson? Now, Haymon boxing is real. It's real, but there's so much going on, and you have to understand that, well, Mayweather Promotions is technically Al Haymon too. You know, I really just do not get it. I'm trying to remember what I was... Oh, yeah, that guy. Listen, in the video, I'm going to ask you something. Have you ever heard of a boxer by the name of Bobby Haymon? Bobby Haymon is the brother of Alan Haymon. Bobby Haymon fought his last fight in 1978, if I'm correct, against Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm talking about correct about the date. What's interesting about that, and the reason why I'm talking fast is because I'm scared my battery's going to die. What's interesting about that is that Bobby Haymon fell off the map after 1978. Then you have this guy, Al Haymon, who becomes one of the most powerful music promoters in the world, and now the most powerful boxing promoter advisor in the world. You know, you have to think, well, where's Bobby Haymon? You know, you look him up, he's not, you know, and I've been researching this guy for quite some time. You look him up, like, you know, you find nothing from him. You find nothing. So I asked myself, yo, what if Al Haymon, like, he's so goddamn mysterious. It's like, why don't we know if you're married or not? And I'm not saying, you know, we need to know, but I'm thinking like, yo, you know, when it's somebody that's secretive, you know, like that, it makes you wonder about them. It's like, you know, like, what is his motivations? What is he doing? You know, like, why is he always, you know, moving in the shadows and shit? He reminded me of the dude with the cat from Inspector Gadget, Dr. Claw. The dude be holding the cat, but you only see his arm, you know, petting the cat. Like, it'd be like this. You'll never see his face. He'd be like, yes, Inspector Gadget next time. And then soon you'll think you'll see his face, it'll be some shit like this. But anyway, this fucking guy kills me, man. Kills me. And yet us fans allow it. Like, you know, more videos are being done about Al Haymon than ever, because in this social media, internet age, it's like we can't find nothing about you, bruh. We can't find no information on you. Where did you come from? Who are you from? Who are you? And that's why I'm going to get him a nice photo, and we're going to get him shining bright up there. Merry Christmas, Al Haymon. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.